Hello everyone, my name is Sparkling W and I am the main organizer behind the maps Bennett 48 My Checkpoints and more recently Deep Dip. These maps have been a huge success and of course we want to continue building on this. However, for this we need your help. Whether you are an experienced mapper or just starting out, this might be a project and challenge that interests you. As we did with Deep Dip, we would like to have a few sections of the map be made by someone outside the mapping team. For this, we will set up a competition, where the prize is to have your section be featured in the next map and a spot on our mapping team. If that sounds interesting to you, I will use this video to quickly explain some of the main rules, but if you want to read the full rules, make sure to click the link in the description which will take you to a Trackmania Exchange map pack page which has all the information you need. First things first, when you open the map pack, you will see a link to a map template. This is the map you will be working in when making your floor. When you open it, this is what you will see. This might look like a random assortment of blocks at first, but you will soon find it start to make sense when you play around with it a bit. The start and finish block are obvious, the start and end of your section. The rest of the blocks create a general outline. As you can see, the shape is approximately a semicircle. This is because this tower will be spiraling upwards, where every semicircle is placed on top of each other, each rotated 90 degrees on the last. This is what it would look like if we just stack the template on top of each other a few times. I hope that makes this idea a bit more clear. There's also a small semicircle on the inside. This will line up to be a hole in the middle of the tower. Much like the snake on the last tower, this hole will lead all the way to the bottom, so make sure you don't obstruct it. An extra interesting aspect is how this shape will separate each section into two halves. One half will be directly above the previous floor, while the other will be above quite a void. This means that you will fall less far if you fall in the first half, so the challenges you place there can be a bit harder. So let's talk about the challenges. What should you do here? First of all, use your creativity. Unique challenges are always welcome, and I am already looking forward to what people can come up with. However, there are some rules that you will have to follow. Most importantly, everything needs to be 100% consistent. No khaki tricks here. Secondly, we want people to fall, not get stuck. So your section needs to have no spots from which you can't continue. If you make a part where you need to keep speed, make sure to add a way back to the main route if you get stuck halfway. Your section must be doable in about 1 to 3 minutes at most, and your submission must have a valid run attached, which showcases this to be possible. Some quick extra things: no reactor boosts and no reflect blocks which mess with the car permanently, such as freewheel, fragile, cruise control, etc. Moving blocks are also not allowed, not even the stationary variants, as any of these can destroy the car at any moment, which is not what we want to have happen. Next up is scenery, which is again mostly up to you. Try to make your section in a way that it will be set apart from others. Creativity is once again key. Remember that pretty much every spot on your floor will be accessible due to people falling from higher floors, so make sure if people land on your scenery, they can still get back to the route. When doing scenery, the shape that the template gives becomes more important too, as you will want to keep this approximate shape visible when you remove the template walls. Lastly, make sure to test a lot. Make sure every part has a consistent setup, make sure you cannot get stuck anywhere, and test if your floor is stackable. This last step can be done easily by removing the finish block and making a macro block of your floor. Then try to stack your own floor on top of itself a few times, as I did with just the template before. If you can do this seamlessly, you have succeeded. Because we are using macro blocks, it is also important to use items carefully. Because of this, we have created an item set that you are allowed to use. To make sure all folders are equal in everyone's game instance, you will need to replace your current item folder with the one provided. A step-by-step instruction for this is in the detailed description you find in the map pack alongside a link to the item pack. That is all the main rules out of the way, but I do recommend to read the entire rule set before you start building. The deadline for the competition is July, which means you have over 2 months to build a floor. Even if you don't have your floor done entirely by then, still submit what you've done, as we might recognize the potential it has and you might be able to continue it as part of the mapping team. I wish you all the best of luck with creating, and I already can't wait to see the results.